Welcome back to the channel. It's Champions League Round 7, and the stakes are higher than ever. Europe's biggest nights, the loudest stadiums, and serious odds on the line. Today we focus on two carefully selected 5 odds banker. If you're here for bankers, accumulators, and bold calls, you're in the right place. Every pick is based on form, match context, and statistical value. No hype. No rush. Just disciplined football analysis. If you value consistency and smart betting, you're in the right place. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into Round 7 of the Champions League, where legends rise and slips get punished. Dreaming of a place in the Champions League's round of 16, Bayer Leverkusen will travel to face Olympiacos at Stadio Georgios Karaski in their penultimate league phase game. Three Lows have lost just one of their last 9 matches across all competitions, while Die Workself are yet to avoid defeat in 2026. Jose Luis Mendilibar's Olympiacos are the reigning Greek Super League champions and are currently on the hunt to retain their title, but they have once again struggled in Europe this season. Three Lows come into this clash with just 5 points from their 6 Champions League outings so far, losing 3, drawing 2, and winning 1, a poor return that has them 29th in the table. However, Mendilibar's side are only 2 points behind 24th-placed Copenhagen, and the more optimistic amongst the Olympiacos faithful would point to the fact that their sole victory, a 1-0 win over Kairat, was their most recent game in the competition. Meanwhile, Bayer Leverkusen have not hit the heights of recent seasons this term and head into Tuesday's vital showdown on the back of consecutive Bundesliga defeats under Kasper Jumland. On Saturday, Die Workself followed up a 4-1 thrashing at the hands of Stuttgart by losing 1-0 on the road against Hoffenheim, marking their 3rd defeat in 5 games in the German top flight, the same number as in the preceding 20. That being said, Jumland's men have proven resilient in the Champions League so far, having only been beaten once to date, and they are still in with a slim chance of making the top 8. Olympiacos have found the level of opposition in the Champions League to be particularly tough, but with Leverkusen in poor form at the moment, they could take advantage. That being said, the Bundesliga side have proven hard to beat in Europe, while the hosts have already conceded 11 goals during their home games in this tournament, so expect to see a close match regardless of the result. So I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Olympiacos win, and my betting tip is total over 10.5 corner kicks. With or without Thomas Frank at the helm, Tottenham Hotspur welcome Borussia Dortmund to North London for Tuesday's fascinating Champions League league phase contest. The Matchday 7 showdown pits 10th-placed BVB against 11th-placed Spurs, who only trail their German counterparts on goals scored but have little to shout about on the form front. Currently higher in the 36-team Champions League league phase table than they are in the 20-club Premier League rankings, Europe's premier tournament has sometimes offered Tottenham a welcome escape from their domestic disasters in 2025-26. The reigning Europa League champions strolled to their 3rd win of the league phase on Matchday 6, taking down Slavia Prague 3-0 to remain within 1 point of the top 8 places, which guarantee an automatic ticket to the last 16. BVB's most recent European affair was a forgettable one. They let 2 one-goal leads slip to draw 2-2 at home with Bodo Glimt, and Kovac's side have already shipped 10 UCL goals on the road this term, 4 to Manchester City and Juventus and 2 to Copenhagen. Dortmund both ended 2025 and began 2026 as they meant to continue, though, as Saturday's 3-2 Bundesliga win over St. Pauli, courtesy of a last-minute Emre Can penalty, extended their unbeaten run to 7 matches in all tournaments. Spurs may have been flawless at home in Europe so far this season, but that should prove meaningless amid their current predicament, in terms squad availability, fan disconnect and pitifully poor performances. Faced with a Dortmund side who have scored in all of their 14 away games this season, the writing might be on the wall for Frank, who could, or should, in the eyes of some Spurs fans, take charge of his last Tottenham match on Tuesday. So I'm gonna go for a 1-2 Dortmund win, and my betting tip is total over 10.5 corner kicks.